Hi and welcome to Outwell. In this film I'm going to talk you through some of the features of our Vermont XLP. The Vermont XLP is a large tunnel design tent which is aimed to sleep up to 7 people, and it fits into our premium collection. The fly sheet that we use on the Vermont XLP is our Outex 5000. That's a polyester material which is PU coated on the inside. It has fully taped seams and a hydrostatic head of 5,000mm. The material has also been treated to make sure that it's fire retardant as well. You can see just at the top here we have these ventilation panels as part of the fly sheet. That just allows nice cool fresh air into the tent, give you a little bit more comfort. But if it gets a little bit too chilly, that's alright, because we can just take these Velcro tabs off and push down the ventilation panels like so. The frame of the tent is made up of these tubular steel poles from front to back, so it's very stable, very solid. And the really nice thing about the Vermont XL is every single pole is identical, so it's very, very simple to pitch. Around the outside of the tent you'll see that we use our Outwell luminous guy lines. That's just so that you can see them a little bit easier when it's a little bit darker. When it comes to taking down the tent, we can take the guy lines, wrap them up in our hands and pop them into the guy line retainer so that the next time we come to use the tent, they're very easily accessible. Another feature that you'll find on the Vermont XLP is our innovative Outwell wind stabiliser system. This is simply designed to directly attach the fly sheet onto the frame of the tent using these Velcro tabs here. And when you do that at the top and the bottom of each pole and put your guy lines out, then it really increases the overall stability of the tent and makes it ideal for use on days like this when there's very high winds. Another feature on the Vermont XLP is the fact that we use the Outwell easy pegging system. That consists of 3 different types of pegs. We have your solid steel pegs as your anchor pegs, so that's 1 for each corner. Then we use the black plastic pegs for all the black pegging points around the side of the tent. And then we use the luminous plastic pegs for all the luminous guy lines around the tent as well. So really it's all in the name, the easy pegging system designed to make sure you're getting the right peg in the right place. When we come around the front of the tent we'll see that we have these mud valances around the bottom. That's just to encourage rainwater to run down the fly sheet and away from the front of your tent. You see also we have large windows all the way around this tent. And a nice feature of these windows is that they're all tinted windows. So they serve 2 key purposes. One is to reflect sunlight off of the window and make sure that it's a little bit more cool and comfortable in the tent. And the second is obviously to give you much better privacy within the tent as well. When we get around to the front, you can see that the front door is nice and wide, certainly very high, so really easy to walk straight in and out of the tent and get all your bits and pieces in here, no problem at all. These front 2 panels on here also have zips on either side, so we can take these doors up and roll them away just as we have done with the main front door, and that creates a nice sort of outside-inside area. The ground sheet in our Panorama Room is a double-coated polyethylene material, so it's very tough and very durable, and it has a hydrostatic head of 10,000mm, and this just toggles in and out for easiness of cleaning. So I mentioned Panorama Room there, and what that means is basically this room has windows all the way around the front of it, so you get 180-degree panoramic views all the way out of your tent. Each of these windows has its own zip-up curtain, which can be toggled away at the bottom, as this one is. So it has its own storage pocket here, and then we just take that out, and using the zips you can then choose just how much light you're allowing into the tent, or how much privacy you want to get, and obviously you can close them completely as well. So stepping back here, one thing that really strikes you about the Vermont XLP is the overall size and space. It's a very, very tall tent. I'm 195 centimetres tall and I've got plenty of head height in here, and I'm sure you've already seen all the space around us for the likes of storage and furniture and things like that as well. The Panorama Room and the living area are split with this large dividing door here with large ventilation panels on it. So these also have curtains that can be zipped up and closed if needs be, or this entire door can be opened up completely using the zips at the top and at the bottom as well. Stepping back into the living area, again it's the same material of ground sheet as we've already discussed in the front of the tent. The difference is here is that it's a fully sealed ground sheet in this area, and it's bathtub in style, so it's coming up at the edges to ensure that no water is going to come in through the sides. We're going to keep out those unwanted bugs with that as well. There are then 2 side doors to this tent as well, and each one of the doors on the tent has drop down mesh panels to again increase ventilation. And the Vermont XLP also comes with this built-in wardrobe as well, with the hanging rail on the inside. At the back of the tent is where you'll find our bedrooms. As I mentioned earlier on, this tent will sleep up to 7 people. You can either have this as one large bedroom across the back, or we can divide it as we have done at the moment. The bedroom comes pre-attached and is hung using our wave-shaped hanging point system, which takes away any of the stress points that you may normally find on some seams on bedrooms. Nice thing about the universal bedroom is that if you wanted to lose one of the bedrooms, you can very simply do so just by unclipping around the top and then taking the zips in the middle here, and if we start to undo those zips, then you can then fold that away completely, leaving yourself 2 bedrooms and even more living space in here. Other features on here, you can see that we have mesh storage pockets on the outside, there's mesh storage pockets on the inside, and large ventilation panels again to keep you more cool and more comfortable. This tent also has a lantern hanging point above my head here, with cable ties across the roof that lead down to a cable entry point. The tent comes in 2 different bags. We have one bag for all your poles, and we then have this large trolley bag for all of the fabric for the tent. Optional extras for this tent include a carpet for this area here. We have a footprint to go under the tent. There's then a side extension available and a side awning available. So that's all the features of our Vermont XLP.